Okay, today we are doing blush declutter, and I am really not looking forward to this. I like a lot of blush, and I don't really want to part with much. However, I've acquired stuff I like more, and it's than some of the other colors I have, and they're just sitting on top. The drawer won't close. It's sitting on top of my desk. I can't stand it. So we're gonna figure this out. This is the fourth declutter video that I have done. I have done one for lipsticks, palettes, and a combined highlighter and bronzer video. I will link those all down below because I know people are super interested in declutter videos lately. But today is blush, so let's dive right in. Alright, so these are all my single blushes mostly. There's a few palettes in here because they are smaller sized and they don't really fit on my palette shelf. So I'm not going to include the other blush palettes just because I know I'm going to be keeping those and they were covered in my palette declutter video. So let's get started in this mess. I'm going to zoom you in so you can see the products a little bit better. Alright, I'm going to start off with the ones that I am definitely not getting rid of, and they are the Tarte single blushes. I love these so much. They are some of my absolute favorites. So they are going absolutely nowhere. I actually only have, wait, there should be another one. Where is it? There it is. I actually only have 5 in singles. I have a bunch in palettes. Hands down, they might as well be my favorite blushes. These things are absolutely incredible. Same with these Urban Decay blushes. I have only 3 shades, and one is X-rated, the other one is Bittersweet. This is a purple that's incredible. And this Quiver shade, I need to show you this. Oh, how amazing is that color? You can't get it in Canada though. It's only available at Ulta. So definitely keeping these 3 blushes. Okay, so another series of blushes I'm going to be keeping are these ones by Becca. These are their powder ones. These are so lovely. They blend so nicely. They look beautiful on the skin. There's 0 chance I'm getting rid of them. So this one here is Songbird. This one is Wild Honey. And then this one is Snapdragon, and then this one, which I have made a dent in, is Flower Child. Wonderful, wonderful blushes. I'm definitely not getting rid of my Essence blushes because the quality is unbelievable. They're so inexpensive and yet so good. This one is Autumn Peach, and then this one is Life's a Cherry. Great drugstore blushes. You can't go wrong with these. These Laura Geller blushes drive me insane because you can't buy them anymore, and yet they're so good. These are the Baked Gelato Vivid Swirl blushes. This shade is Guava, and then this one is Plumberry. Look at those colors. They also apply so beautifully, and I guess these were limited edition because you can't buy them anymore. However, I'm not getting rid of them. They're incredibly good. Another one I'm going to be keeping because I love the color range so much. This is the Smashbox Blush and Highlight Palette in Culver City Coral. I love corals. I love wearing this palette. Definitely keeping it. Another absolute favorite is this Hourglass Blush in Diffused Heat. I wear this thing constantly. Such a good blush. And of course, I'm going to be keeping the Trio palette. This is the Ambient Lighting Blush Trio. That they released for holidays quite a while ago. I use this pretty regularly. The shade I probably use the least is this one here, which is Luminous Flush, but Incandescent Electra and Mood Exposure are phenomenal. One blush that I have just got recently and I love so much, although the packaging is a bit hard to open. This is the Estee Lauder Witty Peach blush. Oh, so much better than MAC's Ripe Peach. Just absolutely incredible. I actually decluttered Ripe Peach a while ago and I can't get rid of it. Nobody seems to want it. I'm not surprised though. It was terrible, terrible quality. 2 more blushes I'm going to be keeping are by Illamasqua. This one is Hussy, which is beautiful. And then this one is Tweak. These are beautiful, but they are so pigmented. So if you ever buy an Illamasqua blush, go very gently when you're applying them on your skin. However, great quality, love the brand, definitely keeping these. This Clinique Colourpop Cheek Pop is fantastic. Love this for the holiday season, like around winter. So beautiful. Definitely not getting rid of that. And then these Milani blushes, the rose ones, they are enormous. The packaging is so big, but they are really nice to use. I have the shade Coral Love, Coral Cove, Tea Rose, and Love Potion. I actually use all of these quite frequently, even though there's like no dent made in them. There's like 10 grams of product in here, which is insane. 17 grams of product. 17 grams of product in these blushes. You will never run out of them. You know, I had thought I was going to keep all of my MAC blushes, but I really don't use this one. It's beautiful to look at in the pan. It is called Petal Power, but it's too gold sheen reflective. It is this gorgeous coral pinkish shade, but the amount of gold in here is almost so much that it looks like a highlighter. And I don't really like too much shimmer in my blush. If I want to add shimmer, that's fine. I'll do it with a highlighter. But I never reach for this thing. And it was the kind of blush where I had to work my entire look around it. So it's kind of heartbreaking, but I don't wear it. So time to get rid of it. That being said, I am keeping the rest of my MAC blushes. This one is gorgeous, but you can't get it anymore. It's See Me, Hear Me from a summer launch a few years ago. This one is Life's a Picnic. Gorgeous, gorgeous color. This one is a permanent product. It's called Gingerly. So boring, so boring to look at, but looks really, really nice on the cheeks during the fall time. And then one that I pair a lot with Bright Looks is this Warm Soul blush. So I'm gonna be keeping these 4 and getting rid of that one. Ones that I am kind of sad to be getting rid of, but they don't make them really anymore, like this format, is the Wet n Wild blushes. There was 4 shades in this original lineup. This one is Pearlescent Pink, Heather Silk, and then Mellow Wine. They are really nice, but I haven't reached for them, partially to do with the fact that you can't get them anymore. So even though they were inexpensive and I could potentially keep them, they're taking up space that I just don't have. So I'm really sad to be saying goodbye to these because they are great blushes. So if you have them, keep them, but I don't have the space, so I'm gonna be getting rid of these ones. So I have 3 of these Becca, what are they called? The Beach Tints, and they are beautiful blushes. But I received these from PR, and one of them was already dried out by the time I got it. So that was this shade here. It is Fig Opal. It's like crusty. I tried to scrape the top layer off just this past week to try to use it, and it's a no-go. That is going absolutely nowhere. So I'm sad because it's a beautiful shade, but I'm gonna get rid of this one just because it's completely unusable right now. The other ones I am keeping though are these gorgeous shades. They are Lychee and Opal, and the other one is Guava and Moonstone. Lychee. I never know if it's lychee or lychee. I always screw that up. Anyway, these are great. They are more of a cream blush, which means I'll use them mostly throughout the summer, but they are great. I have another one by MAC here. This is the Casual Color in Blind Score. Another great one. It looks really intimidating in the pan, but this blends out to a beautiful deep red with a bit of purple to it. Very nice for the fall. Definitely keeping this one. One that is absolutely brand new to me is this Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic blush in the shade Love is the Drug. Definitely keeping this. I love Charlotte Tilbury products, and this color is absolutely beautiful. I do mix it together though. I don't do that like swirl and pop thing that they're supposed to do, but combined, it's a gorgeous color. Another cream blush I have here is the Stila Sunset Serenade Convertible Color Dual and Lip and Cheek palette. I only ever use these on the cheeks, and sadly this actually broke on me. This hinge is broken. I am not a huge cream cheek person, but I'm willing to make some exceptions, and this one is definitely one to make an exception for. The consistency of this on your cheeks is unbelievable. It is so easy to wear, so easy to blend out, and the colors are beautiful. So this one is a definite keeper. Another fun one that I love so much is this Burberry Cheek Bloom in the shade number 9, which is Poppy. Look at that color. Just look at that. I am definitely keeping this. It is another cream product, but it's more moussey. It's a little bit bouncy. This one is a huge favorite of mine, so definitely keeping this. All right, I've got 2 colors that are near identical here. This one is by Quo, and it is the shade Just Blush. And then this one is by Kryolan for Glossy Box. It's Glossy Rosewood. Actually, well, now that I've got them open, they don't look exactly the same. No, they're not the same. What am I talking about? That being said, I don't need this shade because I've got a lot of things that are very similar to it, so I'm gonna get rid of the Quo one. And this Glossy Rosewood shade, I've actually used so much, and I'm going to be keeping it. even though I'm really not familiar with Kryolan's blushes. Like, this came in some sort of glossy box that somebody passed on to me, but I really like this shade. One that I really love, and I don't think you can get it anymore, is this Bobbi Brown blush in the shade Apricot. I think it's stunning. I don't wear it enough because I'm always reaching for a different blush, and clearly I've got plenty of them. But I need to make more of an effort too, because I always love how my look comes out when I wear this one. So this one is a definite keeper. So I was originally going to be keeping this Australis blush in the shade Sand Dune because I found it to be a very easy to wear shade, but in swatching it right now, it's a little bit like patchy and like powdery, so it clings to areas. I mean, it's a pretty shade, but it's almost a little bit not enough color in my opinion. So I have enjoyed it in the past, but I'm just gonna pass it on. One blush I wish I could get rid of because the packaging is so big is this Cargo blush, but I can't do it. And I'll show you why. I don't have a color like this at all. This is like a purple pink, but the color that comes off on it has this beautiful golden reflect to it that doesn't exist in anything I own. I don't like a lot of shimmer in my blush in general, but whenever I've used this, I've been like starstruck by my own cheeks. So although it's like ridiculously sized and I don't reach for it that often, when I reach for it, it's because I know I need it. So I'm definitely gonna be keeping this one. And this is the shade Mendocino. A palette that I reach for quite often is this sleek one it's a blush by 3 in the shade Lace. I bought this in, I think it was London several years ago. I don't really use the middle shade that much because it does have that gold reflect to it in a color that I don't tend to wear that often. But this orange and then this more like deep coral red are beautiful colors. You can't go wrong with the sleek blushes as far as I'm concerned. They are beautiful. Another product that you can't get anymore, this is the Hard Candy Fox in a Box. This is the shade Skinny Dipping. I love this so much. The combined color between these two is beautiful. I am so sad that Hard Candy doesn't make these box powders anymore because this thing was an absolute winner. So although you can't buy it anymore and I'm really, you know, not eager to use it in videos, I do wear this a lot on days where I don't photograph my makeup. So definitely keeping this one. All right, I have 2 Essence blushes here. This is part of their Blush Up range. This one is Heat Wave, and then this one is Pinky Flow. I bought both of these overseas in Prague when I was there a few years ago because you couldn't get them yet in Canada. You can now, but I bought them because they're so beautiful to look at. I mean, look at that. But this shade is not something I wear. So although I kind of wanted to keep like the duo together, there is no point. So I'm gonna be keeping this one, but this one's gonna go away. All right, guys, I am super sad to do this. I love the color of this. This is the Revlon Photo Ready blush in the shade Coral Reef because it is so beautiful. However, this doesn't like go on the skin very well. It tends to actually get caught in my pores to the point where I'll actually have like red dots stuck inside my pores and it looks really bizarre. And I don't have especially large pores to begin with, so I don't know how the product is getting stuck in there. I wanted to love this so much. I used it so many times, but over time I've just found it's kind of not a great product. So it's a gorgeous shade, but I don't use it. And I keep telling myself to, and I never do. So away with this one. One fun one I'm definitely going to be keeping is this Too Faced Papa Don't Peach blush. The shade has grown on me. I didn't love it originally, but it smells like peaches. It's part of that whole peach range, so I'm kind of just automatically in love with it. So I'm definitely going to be keeping this one. This is the Too Faced Perfect Flush blush in the shade Sparkling Bellini. There is actual glitter in here. But you can kind of dust it away when you apply it to your cheeks. It's a gorgeous coral shade, but there is quite a bit of a sheen to it. So I'm gonna see if I like it over the summer and then go from there. This is a Too Faced mini in the shade Crazy in Love. I think it has only ever been available one time this past holiday season in one of their mini kits. So that's why I wanted to try it. It's a pretty shade, but it does have a lot of gold reflect to it, which you can't necessarily see in the video. But I have not found myself reaching for it and I don't see the point in keeping this one, so I will pass this one on. I'm going to be keeping one of the older NYX blushes. This is in the shade Mocha. This is so nice in the fall. It's a very warm orange. I mean, it's not super orange, but it has that orange essence to it. It's just a beautiful, beautiful shade. And sadly, I don't think they make their blushes like this anymore. So one I'm going to keep, even though it was in and out of stock because I think nobody liked the product. So Kat Von D discontinued the, what are they called? Shade and Light blushes. This is in the shade PF and Po. I don't mind it, actually. I think the color is quite nice. It's subtle, which means that, you know, I can wear it when my skin is quite pale. So I'm going to be keeping this one. And then I've got two NARS blushes here. One is from the Sarah Moon Holiday Collection. This is the shade Impudique. Love this one so much. Definitely keeping that. And this was from another collection. This is a Bumpy Ride, and it's a beautiful color, so I'm also gonna be keeping that. And the very last blush I have here is by Quo. This is the Peach Perfect blush that they launched not that long ago. I'm definitely keeping this one. The color is so pretty on this. So this one is a definite win for me. So in total, I'm going to be getting rid of 10 blushes. I think that's okay. I'm gonna put everything back in my drawers and see how it fits. I'm hoping I have a lot more space now and everything will fit perfectly. All right, so there we go. Everything actually fits in here, which is surprising because I didn't think that getting rid of 10 or so blushes was going to be enough space, but now I've actually got room to grow, which is insane. I don't need more blush. But everything is a lot more easily accessible, I feel like. There's more space to grab things and pull them out. So I'm pretty happy with this. That's it for my blush declutter. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.